We're kind of just here, I guess. We're kind of just here. That's about how it feels. Remember, everybody, double tap that screen. If you want to send any gifts, send roses. We're trying to beat the record. We'll never beat it, but it's fun trying. I know some people like to send gifts here and there, and if you want to do that, just send a rose. Or if you, the goal, the roses. There was a record set of like a little bit over 24,000 roses in a 4 hour period, and I was like, just throw that up there to 25, see what happens. But you don't have to send any gifts. You don't have to double tap. You don't have to do anything to stay in here. You can just sit here and listen. It's whatever you want to do. That's fine. Do like the interaction between everybody. Nothing like some good conversation. How you doing over yonder way?
I'm doing good.
Hey Renee, it could be better. It could be better. It's one of them situations that I just can't seem to get away from. You know. Yeah, I have too much money going out. Okay, Wingo. I have too much money going out before I can get to my big expenses, and currently looking for a second job because it's just some things have to be taken care of. I know the room is very important, shelter is very important, but it's like drained, absolutely drained before I can even get going good. So make all the trolls and the awareness people happy and let them know that I'm on here again asking for help with our room. Also, still asking for everyone, to go over to our page. Go show some love for the picture that is pinned there. It's pinned to the top of the page. It's the only one that is pinned to the top of the page. Hey, Mayhem. Go over there and give that picture a like. Give it a share. It's a picture against cyberbullying and harassing people online. So please, everyone, go share that. Hey, Detroit. After everything that came out that I had to pay you, my check and everything, I've got a whopping $45 left to go towards the room. So I'm actually needing $295. I know everybody's gonna wonder what it's going towards, but it's some emergency stuff that not really an emergency this week, but it's a continuous of the emergency. Some stuff had to be done. Hey, Brenda. So it's and everybody will know in due time. Everybody will know in due time what's going on. Right now, I don't want to speak on anything because if I speak on something and I say one thing and it turns out that it's something else, uh, let's just face it, we all know that what the trolls and what they're going to do. They're going to just, well, you said this earlier, and then you said that. So, uh, until we know with everything, um, that's got to be taken care of first and foremost. So that's why I'm looking for a second job right now to fill the gaps. Okay, guys, had to mute for 1 second. Thank everybody for double tapping, guys. Double tapping is always great. Said if anybody's wanting to send any gifts, send roses. We're trying to hit a rose goal. It's a huge goal. It's just something I thought was funny to put up there to break the record on TikTok. But you don't have to send any gifts to be in here. You don't have to double tap to be in here. There's 101 people in here, and they really ain't nobody talking. So we'll get fired up here in a minute, though. So, but that's kind of where the week's at. One thing I am going to ask everybody to do is go over to the actual page, the pinned post there. Go over there, like it, comment on it, share it out. Like I said last night, it's time to take a stand against cyberbullying and harassing. It is time to stand up against that and show these cowards who hide behind fake pictures and fake names in their keyboards that um, we're not going to take it anymore. So I should have put on my picture. I should have put the Twisted Sister song. We're not going to take it. Thank you, Renee, for the gifts. Thank you for the roses. But yeah, it's just that's just something I made and put on there, and because it really is time to stop the cyberbullying. Um, I don't care how old you are. You can. Hey, Lauren, it's been a while. Lauren, how are you doing? Doesn't matter how old you are, that stuff can affect you. And for the trolls, y'all say whatever y'all want to say about it. It doesn't matter. It's a stand against people like you guys. Oh, that's awesome, Lauren. When did you have it done? Nice. Congratulations. Congratulations. Lauren had gastric bypass surgery down. She's down.
Oh.
Done. She's down 43 pounds since March the 11th.
Oh, wow.
That is awesome. Oh, so I didn't know you had that done. Yeah, there was a girl I used to work with at NSK who had it done, and uh, man, I seen her not long ago, and she spoke to me, and I was just nodded, and I walked on past her, and I was just like, "Oh, wait a minute." Turned around, and I was like, "Hey," and said, called her off by her name, and she's like, "Yeah, that's me." I was like, "I didn't recognize you." I was like, then it hit me who you was, and I was just like, and she was about 5 foot tall, and she was pushing 400 pounds when she had hers done. And when I seen her, it was back before we moved out of Dyersburg. She was going in for her third and final skin removal surgery, and she was down to like 145, 150. She was down there, like definitely enough to where I didn't recognize her. So, but it had been 5 or 6 years since I'd seen her. So, and she was going to Mexico to have the skin removal done. Said the surgery was cheaper. Lord, I would be. So this is the different in perspectives with people. I would be tickled to death to see the scale say 297. But I get it. I get what you're saying. I'm probably at my heaviest I've ever been right now in life. And some of that's from depression. Get depressed and, you know, food is the comfort. Uh, that was always one of my big deals. Like after, you know, exactly, Mandy. After I had a big loss in our family and everything, it was like I, I swelled up pretty big. Congratulations, man. But it's like depression to get you, and it's like I was sitting here the other night and I was like, man, this is not good. You know, Not even realizing it, just like bad day, this happened, that happened. You come home and you're just like, oh man, I need something to make me feel better. And you eat and you're just like, oh, that was it. I feel so much better. So you just eat again just to feel better. Excuse me. I've thought about it, but I really haven't. I really haven't thought about it. Does that make sense? Like uh, I'm an emotional cleaner, Scuba. So like when I get really, really mad, I start cleaning. So like I think sometimes when Angela didn't want to do the dishes back in the day, she'd wait for me to get home from work and like make me mad about something because she knew I was gonna go in there and clean them. I would though. Like I get mad and start picking stuff
Yeah,
up, doing dishes and vacuuming and
yeah, you did.
put laundry in. I'm just like, ah, I don't know why. Exactly, Mandy. Now I'm not an emotional cleaner. Oh, I just do it when I'm mad. Like if I'm sad or just upset. Like I've got to be really mad. Like I don't know, something about the cleaning just kind of calms me down. It's weird. It's just weird. Here's the odd thing. Like, I like doing dishes. And I like doing dishes because dishes is almost instant gratification. You get in there, you separate all the dishes, you get them ready, you make your soapy water, throw them off in there, and every dish you wash gets you one step closer to being finished. And you're just like, and it's like, by the time you're getting close to the end, you're just like, yep, here we go. I like vacuuming. Hate sweeping and mopping though. Hate sweeping and mopping. Like vacuum. I like cutting grass. It's just grass doesn't like me.
I was gonna say you cut grass and your eyes and stuff start swelling it.
Excuse me, guys. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. You know, when we finally get to the point to where we don't need any help from anybody on this app, I wonder how long it's going to take people to leave us alone. You think they ever will? Honest question, chat. You think they ever will? Hey, Kathy, how are you doing? Years, exactly. Lauren said, no, they'll find something else. What does the gray heart mean? See, that's what I think, Scuba, but it's like some of them I can say the sky is blue today, and they'll go out there and argue with me that I lied about that, and it's really purple. Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what that meant.
What?
I haven't seen any gifts in a while. Well, I never would have paid much attention to it being gray if you wouldn't have said something about it. But I imagine it does get kind of pricey. Hey, Betty. I've got a buddy who gets on here and does battles, and he's got one woman that's on there every night, every battle for about an hour straight every night that he's on, and she's dropping big gifts. I'm talking about she's dropping, you know, $300-400 worth of gifts on him every night that he's on, and he's on every night. He's 7 days a week. The only way he's not on is if he's got his kids. So, but I mean, this is basically TikTok's his job. You know, he gets on here and he battles from early in the morning till late at night. He's on here battling every day. And he makes pretty good money at it, but there's no life. There's no life. He's, cooking breakfast on here. He's eating. He'll go to the gym, and the only time he's not on live is when he's driving. Gets there, he's back on. He gets to the gym, he's back on live. He's live the whole time he's working out. Drives back to his house, he's back live as soon as he gets home. If he goes out to eat somewhere, he's live. Makes really good money at it, but it's just like that's all it is. It's just 7 days a week, 7 o'clock in the morning to about midnight, with just little breaks throughout the day of not being on. He'll make anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000 a day, but he's on it all day long. But I said all that to get to this point. The trolls are on him now. Because the woman who gifts him like that every day, she's an older woman. So they have taken it on him to get on to him about him taking these gifts from this older woman, while he's doing nothing but battling. So how's that right? Anyone want to take a shot at answering that? Any of the trolls in here want to take a shot at answering that? Glory's manager. Okay. Hey, how you doing? Let's see how fast that turns into a troll. I'm here. I'm here. She's doing pretty good. She's over here close to me. She's relaxing at the moment.
I'm here.
Freddie, I do not care one way or another. The bishop has the freedom to do whatever he wants to do on this app, to be in whoever's box he wants to be in, to watch and follow whoever he wants to watch and follow. If he is taking the words of just stop, then he's taking about 80% of lies. So Heather, what was your account that got blocked? Why do so many people have 2 or 3 different accounts they come in on, and they're just like, you block one of them, and then they come right back with another account? Hey, Jules. Okay, I get that. That makes sense. So you've got one for like other things you like, and then you got one for what, awareness and stuff. Because I guarantee it's all over your stuff if you're here watching. Hey, Amber. And see, that's something else I don't get about these people. People will come in here and then complain about watching it, but you just stopped in, you commented. Oh, you're fine. I mean, it's just, you know, but it's, okay. Yeah, it's just, people complain about, oh, this is what I see. I see awareness and beggars. Well, you're commenting and you're interacting with those accounts. That's why you see them. Stop stopping in the lives and thinking you've got to put your 2 cents in, or stop going over there and interacting with them. And you won't see that stuff. Interact with the stuff you want to see, and that's the stuff you see. You know, that's the algorithm. You know, I scroll through my FYP. I don't see. Okay, Lauren. I don't see a bunch of awareness because I don't go and look at them. You know, I see. Um, I see the pages I want to see, the Nate Perchowski stuff, the off-grid living, the somehow or another I've really gotten into watching these videos of these guys flipping watches. Um, Now I got the air down, turned down too much. Now it's getting warm in here.
Oh, okay. I was freezing.
But it's like I love watching that stuff. I go to YouTube and watch most of my videos now though, YouTube and Instagram, because it's just exactly. But people complain about, well, this is all I see. Well, it's because you're making the option to interact with these pages. You know, God, Tristan, exactly. Tristina. But I'm gonna think it's probably a troll on that one. Exactly. So it's like, don't come in here complaining because you see me a lot, and you're the one. You're the one commenting on stuff and causing this to be your algorithm. So, but again, guys, we're needing some help again this week, and everybody's going to get an explanation at one time when I can give an accurate explanation. I know that sounds weird, but uh, we did get a few groceries from what we had last night, and basically got my check, and my check is gone, all but $45 of it. So, if anybody can help us with anything towards the room, that would be appreciated. Whether you can help or not, guys, I'm asking everybody to please go over to the page, look at the pinned video at the top, and please share that video out. It's about taking a stand against cyberbullying. And believe it or not, the trolls are making fun of me for taking a stand on that, accusing me of trying to take advantage of Daryl Sheets' stuff
I was waiting on that.
as a money grab.
I was waiting on that.
Yeah. No. I'm not asking for a dime off of that. I'm asking you just to share it out and take a stand against bullying. So, I don't know if Eli can help or not. Eli comes in here and he decides he wants to help me, then that's usually the conversations between me and that man is when he's on the live. And he comes in here a lot and he does help. I know everybody thinks that Eli's running to the Bishop Long to get the help, but he's not. Eli's helping on his own. Just because we know somebody, Yeah, it's got 2 shares so far, and that's great because everybody's got to start somewhere on a. Are they really going to make fun of how many shares I have of a cyberbullying post? Thank you. So, but yeah, share that post. Go share that post. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you stand there and watch somebody being cyberbullied, then you're just as bad as the person doing it. And everybody can start taking a stand against it, and we can kind of make a change against stuff, guys. That's going to be something that you're all going to be hearing me talk about a lot of. A lot. Because no matter, if I'm coming here, JC Cat, go look at the first pin video, then look at the next video. It's got the same cyberbullying thing on there. And look at some of the stuff that the trolls and stuff has posted about us. And so here's the thing: how am I taking advantage of people? Tim ate his paycheck. How am I taking advantage of people by asking for help?
That's what they kept saying over and over again last times.
That's something. I'm not taking advantage of somebody. If somebody makes the decision to help me, they've made the decision on their own. I'm not sitting there with a with a pew pew to someone's dome and telling them you've got to send me money. Kathy, just stop already. And then they're bad about the bullying. Dr. Dre is bad about the putting. He flat out said in the chat that he thought the pictures was funny and he would continue to share. So, just stop where all these pictures is coming from. Oh, good awareness pages. Listen, there are some awareness people who do it They're doing awareness. They're going to state the facts. They don't play on if, ands, or maybes, which a lot of them do. They don't play. They don't do the whole. Well, somebody told me this. I don't have it confirmed yet, but this is what they said. So some of them are better at getting their information correct before mentioning anything. I've had two of them. For the life of them, they won't share it on their page, but they sent me a DM apologizing because they was wrong. They just, hey, I was wrong about this. I shouldn't have said it till I had facts. I got my facts, and and I was wrong. All of that stuff that Guardians of Valor started with us, sending letters, sending cease and desist letters, sending threatening letters, getting us kicked out of the Emerald Inn in Dyersburg. I don't know if he was behind the threats, but the ones he was threatening was legal action, taking taking a hotel to court because we was using their Wi-Fi to do things online that was illegal. And I know he sent them because I read the letters, and he took pride in sending those letters. He took pride in sending the cease and desist. But none of these awareness groups who just took his word and drug me through the mud with his word that what he was doing and that he did this and he did that. When it came out that he was scamming women out of money on here, when he got busted out and they did 2 or 3 big lives on him for 4 or 5 hours alive, that he scammed, I think it was $2,000 off of a woman, had the woman on here, talked about it and everything. Nothing else has ever been said. Nothing else. Nothing. $2,000. You know where all this stems from with me? An $80 loan and a $70 loan that I didn't pay back in time, and I didn't handle it right. Cali Hood, there was a page on here called Just Curious, and his whole page was pictures of me and my wife in public. At the hotels we were staying at, if we was at Walmart, they had pictures of us there. Had pictures of me when I was working at Harbor Freight. Had pictures of me on there when we was sitting at McDonald's eating one day, and they had pictures of us there. So this thing with Guardians of Valor just gets swept under the rug. I never get one apology because I said from the get-go the man was a liar. And Ansley J, give me 1 second. I will answer that. Let me finish this up. But the week of the letter that I was supposed to have been mailed to me, it was supposed to have been hand delivered to me from a veteran on a Monday. Because Guardians told them that, just stopping them, called me a liar for 3 days for that. Then it was taped to his door today. I said, no, nothing's taped to my door today. Wasn't hand delivered, wasn't taped to my door. They, 2 more days, ran that story. Told me I was lying because I had the letter. That Friday, the letter came in through the mail. And that Friday afternoon when I got the mail, I got on live and I was like, hey, I did get this letter today, guys. The letter they've been talking about all week finally came through the mail. Never once did just stop, go, okay, maybe this guy's lying to me over here that's supposed to be helping us. He just came up and he was like, hey, I'm going to get Tim and Angela off the internet. And they all jumped on there and they all took a big old pucker right on his butt cheeks. Couldn't take legal actions because you don't know who any of these people are. I found out who Just Curious was. Basically did the Dyersburg Police Department's job for them. Found out who it was. And I got to go back up to Ansley. I haven't forgotten the question. Had to send Just Curious a message of my own and be like, look, I know your name. I know where you live. I have all of this stuff that you said you're taking claim of taking these pictures of me. You're taking claim of this. It's all on your page. I'm going to press it forward past the Dyersburg Police Department because they're not doing jack about it. Or you can just go away. And he went away. Kylie, it's so bad that we moved. It's so bad that we moved. Now let me go back over to Ansley J. Ansley, I think we got targeted because of some people in awareness does not know how strong words are. They don't know how strong words are. If I've got 300 people in my life, that's just a random number I'm pulling out of the sky. Or we can use 124 people. Well, I've got 124 right now. Excuse me, and I hope Ansley's still in here. I hope I'm saying your name right. And I've got 75 of these people hanging on my every word. And I use the term, and this was used. We must get Tim and Angela, this is verbatim, we must get Tim and Angela off TikTok by any means necessary. That came right out of Fallon's mouth. By any means necessary. Now, how strong were those words? They're pretty daggum strong. Because by your any means necessary might be, we've got to report them, we got to keep reporting, we got to do this, we got to do that. But my any means necessary might be, we've got to dox them, and we've got to put their real information out there, and we've got to send them letters, and we've got to call their jobs, and all that happened. So that's where we really got targeted at. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying some awareness is horrible, some awareness isn't. So, but they like to clump everybody else up in this big box and be like they're all the same. Then I'll take no time to separate them. Not all awareness has their gift zone. Some do. Some are making bank off of it. And I'm talking about $1,200 to $1,800 per week. You don't believe me? Go look them up on TickLeap. Some of them swear up and down they're recycling their gifts. Some of them's not. Some of them get facts. Some of them run off just whatever they get a story, and they're gone. Some of them sit around and was like, "Hey, thanks for the story. Can you prove it?" So they're different, but they're all the same. You know. I really wish that wasn't a troll account, because the Down with Bullies is a good name, but it said here as a troll account. All for one, I think he started off with good intentions and got caught up in his his the fame in his head that he has on here. I think he started off with good intentions. Because I'm gonna tell you, when we first got in this situation, somebody told me, he said, "Hey, it's ARE, not or, Danny Brown." Um, Somebody said, "Hey, there's this guy named Oliver One on here. He's got resources galore on his page. You should go check him out." I was like, "Yeah, great." I went and looked right, I went and looked him up, and one of the resources we got off his page was for the housing authority here. It was well, not here, but in Dyersburg. Oh, they're gonna love that. Uh, so we got that on there. We're still on that waiting list, actually, in Dyersburg for housing authority. So somewhere along the line, he got caught up in this awareness. Awareness stardom, and that's my opinion. And my opinion is as good as everybody else's in here. Hey, Kit.
I can't.
But this app isn't meant for money grabs, but you got people money grabbing every day on doing battles. You got people doing these lives, restreaming other people because they wanted that TikTok money, but they couldn't make it. They couldn't make a video to go viral. That's hard to do. We had one video go viral, and it was stupid. It was me sitting in the car, and I was like, "Hey, I got some news for everybody. I'm going to let everybody know a little bit later." And it was about a 10, 15-second video, and it had a couple million views on it before I took the video completely down. I took down a lot of videos from the old days. I have no idea. We've had videos where we sit there and back way before anything ever started with having to ask for help, and we was like, let's do this, this will be funny, let's use this filter, let's make up these characters, and they're old characters and in a nursing home, but they're still like, vibrant and funny. And we did some videos that we put a lot of time into, and they didn't do nothing. I make a video of me sitting in my car for 15 seconds and get 2 million views. So I don't have content creation figured out on here, and a lot of them doesn't either. They don't either. So they restream people. They jumped on this train of the awareness popularity, because I guarantee you, if you go and look at 20 other pages, just pick 20, just pick them. Go look. You'll see the same few people on every page. So first of all, my wife's not an able body at this point. I've said that 100 times, but apparently I'm lying about that. So it's just me trying to dig us out of this situation. But it's whatever they say is the truth, right? Because I've said 100 times, Angela can't work right now.
I'll leave this up to you. I'm not going to.
I'm the one having to dig us out of this. But yet every time I turn around, oh, she's able. There's nothing wrong with her. We was told there was nothing wrong with her.
But they can never tell us who told.
Hey, Cookie. Hey, Holly and Ben. So it's like, oh, we was told by her family. This is what they love going to this. Like they love going to my stepmom told them she knows that I don't work and I don't even have any contact with the woman. Um,
My family don't even know who these people are.
you know, their family told us that she's able to work, that she didn't have this, that she didn't have that. Oh, really? Which one? Uh, we're not telling. Well, she has some health issues that she is going through right now that she is keeping her where she can't work. She did work at McDonald's for a little bit. I don't know if she could have kept that job with some of the health issues that's come up in the past 6 months.
For the lack of a better term, I was loving it.
Sure, she loved it.
It made me feel like I was doing something to, you know.
But we was cost that job from people calling up there and causing problems, posting on Facebook, tagging the owner of the McDonald's we worked at, and stuff and everything. Ansley, she has been trying to get her disability, but getting disability is not a quick thing. It is. A lot of people think you file for disability and a few weeks later you get it. It does not work that way. Uh, I'm not saying Ansley. I'm not saying you're one of those people who thought that, but there are people who think that. Oh, go file for. Oh, Ansley, there's people. Listen, there's people that are, and my wife's got some pretty serious health issues, but there's people who's got worse health issues that have been waiting for years. There was a man in here the other night. I can't think of his name for the life of me. Um, Leg amputated. Took him 16 months, I think he said. No, nobody slipped up and said I was still in Dyersburg. That's really what you focus on, Granny of one. Let's see. What did I say, Granny of one that what did I say that slipped up that I was in Dyersburg? And some people can get it quick, some people can't. I'm sure there's people sitting in this room right now who's applied for it and hasn't gotten it in a month or gotten it that fast, but I'm happy that y'all's did. Yeah, waiting list in Dyersburg. Hey, y'all. Hey, I'm wherever y'all say I'm at. I'm wherever y'all say I'm at. If I'm in Dyersburg because y'all say I'm in Dyersburg, I'm in Dyersburg. If I'm in Memphis because y'all say I'm in Memphis, I'm in Memphis. If I'm in Caruthersville because I'm gambling my money away, that's yeah. We moved to Caruthersville, Missouri, baby.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I've been gambling my paychecks away because I have a gambling problem.
Oh, nice.
We don't answer questions from trolls like that. She doesn't have cellulitis again, but she's dealing with some health issues that are private right now, and they're going to stay private. When we know more, and she decides she wants to say, hey, this is what's going on, then everybody will know. When we know 100% sure, then everybody will know. Until then, it's private, and that's how it's going to stay. And I ask you all to respect that and stop digging to try to find out what's wrong with her. Because I'm only going to ask it once, and then if you can't do it, you'll be blocked. So that's how we're going to deal with that. Ooh, chair.
No, you're good. I'm really fixing me something to drink and get my
Get your supper.
wrap and
Okay. And see, this is the thing with some of you trolls. You're changing the game up, and hey, now we got to change our game up with our mods and stuff because y'all are coming in here with actual pictures and like actual names on some of them. Y'all are actually talking and asking questions, but y'all just can't resist. Just can't resist saying something stupid or being a smart butt about it. The Jeff Burton sitting there talking. He done asked 2 or 3 normal questions.
Mm-hmm.
I done answered them. Ain't checked it out. Picture. We just roll on with it.
Mm-hmm.
And did you lose all your money at the Chinese buffet? Never would have known. They could have asked 15 other questions respectfully, like they was asking.
Lose all your money at the Chinese buffet.
I tell you, if we ever find a casino with a Chinese buffet, I'll never leave.
I'm telling you.
Well, the way these people talk.
Lose all your money at the Chinese buffet.
Libby, I'm trying to answer everything too. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible with everything, but some things have to stay private. Karen, because we've got some stuff going on that is private at this moment, and it is killing me financially. I'm trying to find a second job at this point, and then go from there. So it is. If you choose not to help somebody, Libby, that's you. You got every right to do that. Not help or help someone. Nobody's forcing anybody to help. So it's if you want to help, that's fine. If you don't want to help, that's fine too. So it's kind of like. You get that big stretch in, don't she? You over there sleeping good.
Yeah.
She heard you get up, and she's like, "Oh, let's go see. Let's go see what's going on." And that's amazing of you, Libby. And it's your right to determine whether that person needs that help or not. If you think they really need it, it's your right to determine that. If you don't think we need the help, then don't help. If you think we do and you want to help, hey, that's fantastic. That's all I ask from people is make your own decision about us. I'm still working, Anthony. I'm looking for a second job right now.
Can you sit that over there?
Sure can.
Thank you.
So So we just got some stuff going on that is we're keeping very private right now until we have all the details we can give, because Lord knows if I say one thing and it's something different, you know, oh, he lied, he lied, he lied. So until we got all the information, that's where it stays. And it's just for that reason. Hey, Tamara. Yeah, that comes putting in the applications for the second job. So honestly, if we didn't have this other come up, first job would take care of everything. So, but with everything else that's going on, it's going to take two. So, mix, $295, $295. It's the killer number this week. My paycheck was 8 alive. Um, but some things happen, you know. Started putting in for a second job. Haven't gotten one yet, but started putting in for that. That way, it's covered. And you know, I don't have to. I don't have to ask anybody for help. It's always been the goal. It still is the goal. The goal would be getting accomplished if these other things wouldn't have come up. But I can't see the future. I can't see the future. Anything anybody could help us with would be appreciated. I mean, I'm not asking one person just to drop a full 295 in my lap and, you know, roll out. You know, anything anybody can help with would be appreciated. Um, whether you can or can't help, I'm asking everybody to go over to the page, take that pinned post about cyberbullying and share it out, guys. It would be Monday. It would be Monday. I got to see how much was going to be ate out of my check this week, and that's not me saying we ate the food out of it. Well, we're living in Dyersburg, and we ate. And I said I ate my full checkup. That's what will be said now. How much was taking out of my check for what was needed done, and got a little bit earlier warning this week of, hey, this is what's left. This is. So. Well, we didn't eat my full paycheck. It was just, when I said that, I meant like what the bill was eating out of my paycheck. Anthony, thank you. I appreciate that. Prayer is always welcomed. Uh, if you could do one more thing for us, if you could go over to that pin page and just share out the cyberbullying post. Because right now, with everything that's going on, my one job's not paying for everything. That's why I put in for a second job at several different places. I don't have anything on the horizon yet. I just started looking for a second job this week. So, thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that. So it's kind of it's a struggle right now. It really is. When I'm sitting here with paycheck I'm getting is more than enough to cover the room and get some groceries and a little bit of gas, keep us back and forth to work. And then something comes up that's kind of an ongoing thing and it's going to be hopefully not much longer, but until we get an answer, it's going to be something. So, Swift Wilson, cyberbullying is it's crazy. It's insane. At least when I was a kid, my bullies I could see face to face. There was the problem with cyberbullying is there's no repercussions for it. There's none. I can bully you until the minute you check out of this world, and nothing's going to happen to me because I'm sitting behind a fake name, a fake picture, bouncing off an IP address from somewhere else, and nobody knows who's doing it. But people just got to make a bigger stand against cyberbullying. I feel the effects from it every day. Every day. And the whole, well, just man up. You're an adult. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, guys. I don't care how old you are. Man, woman, whatever you identify as, then you shouldn't have to worry about being bullied online by a bunch of idiots. I'm nowhere close to an oil field. I appreciate that, though. Exactly, Anthony. Exactly. And because I mentioned this the other night with the age thing, I got accused of taking advantage of it. Daryl Sheets. Look what just happened to him. 67-year-old man. Checked out over cyberbullying and being stalked. Anna Grace, no, they won't. The police will not track down anybody on here to do anything to them. Because like I said earlier, give me 1 second. Like I said earlier, I sat there with the information of who was following me around and paying people to follow me around and take pictures of me and post it on his thing. I sat there with all his information, his name, his address, his cell phone number, the vehicle he drove, the tags off of it. I had the number. I didn't have the tags.
When I was in the hospital.
Yeah, I'll get to that in just a second. Had all that, took that to the Dyersburg Police Department, and they didn't do jack squat with it. Well, we can't prove that. We can't prove it was him when he is sitting there taking credit for it. They wouldn't do nothing about it. There are so many police departments that do not take it serious. And that needs to change too. Some of them are just understaffed and can't deal with it. They're dealing with so much crime that's out there physically they can't. They're being hammered with this, cyberbullying and stalking and harassment, and they don't have the manpower to put on it. The Dyersburg Police Department just did not give a crap. When I handed them every piece of information they needed on the guy, and they just acted like it wasn't that big of a deal. So, the depression is real, Anthony. I'm going back trying to answer some stuff. Imagine that. I imagine it was, and it's scary either way it goes. Like, you, people think, okay, it's not, nothing's going to happen. Well, I'm one name. I can change two names. I'm sure that everybody thought Selena would grow old and wouldn't be struck down at such a young age over a stalker. I'm sure that everybody thought that John Lennon would grow old and he'd be an old man, and that the Beatles were reunited at some point, But hey, what happened to him? Stalker took him out of this world. Yeah, I get that. That would require going back to school, and I'm looking to get a second job instead of going back to school. I don't have a degree in HVAC or computer tech or maintenance, and they all want to agree with that. I do appreciate the suggestion, but I'll walk into a maintenance crew and get a job if somehow or another, and I go out there and I don't know what I'm doing. Job's not going to last too long. I have tried the Indeed app. That was actually the first place I went and started putting in applications for another job. So that was the first place I went, and I put in several applications this week. I've been follow-up calls with these places when I'm on break and everything, and hoping one of them comes through. Nope, Steffi, I did not. I'm just looking for a second job. Because with my newfound problems, the first job's not going to cover everything like it should. Yeah, there's some new stuff going on, but it's private at this point, and that's how it's going to stay. It's going to stay private till it's 100% figured out. See, I love the fact that we can sit here and talk about cyberbullying and harassment and people being rude and stuff, and then as soon as you say it, they're there. Did you find out you have a second stomach? So let's listen to the guy talk about cyberbullying, and then go in there and make fun of him because he's fat. Anthony, you're 100% correct on that. People are so there's more. It saddens me that there's so much hate in this world, and I'm calling the ones that are idiots idiots. I am. They've earned that. I don't just call everybody idiots, but if you act like an idiot and you earn that title, then yeah. You're an idiot if you're listening to someone talking about cyberbullying and stuff, and then you try to come in here right after they're saying something about cyberbullying, and then you want to make fun of them for being fat. You're an idiot. So, GA girl, I'm not for sure what dip you're talking about. Seems like I vaguely remember something about some dip. Hey Jamie, we're here. We're here. I guess that would be the best way to put that. Hope everybody can still hear me tonight. Guys, if anybody can help with anything going towards the room, so we've got some stuff that's happening here that's draining me my paycheck. I'm looking for a second job. If anybody can help with anything, it's appreciated. If you can't, it's appreciated anyway. Whether you can or can't, please go to our page, look at the pinned post, and share it, please. Pickles, I would come on more often if people would leave me alone. Stop harassing me and bullying me while I'm on here. I can come on here on a random Wednesday and just be like, hey guys, I want to talk. And just try to talk to people, and I'm dealing with the same stuff. Whether I'm asking for help or not, I'm dealing with the same stuff. It gets to the point to where I absolutely dread even coming on here. I don't want to be on here tonight. I'd rather spend this Saturday night watching a movie with my wife, enjoying that time. You know, but and if I get the second job, y'all definitely won't see me on here much. Hey, Great Balls of Fire. They said hey. Said hey to both of us.
Hey.
Exactly, Georgia girl. That's the thing. It's like, listen, if you decide to help somebody, you've decided to help that person. I'm not sitting here with something to someone's head saying, "Give me your money." But you would think that I am. And it's just like, oh, he's a scammer. Well, the money goes for exactly what I say it's going for, whether y'all say it is or not. Oh, he stole this. No, I can't steal something someone's giving me. If you listen to my story, you listen to me talk, you ask me a question, and you decide, hey, I want to help this person. But oh, that's stuff by deception. Well, it's deception if I'm not telling them the truth. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. But until I get to the point to where I'm standing firmly on my own 2 feet and I need help, I will do everything I have to do to make sure that we still have a roof over our head and a place to sleep, especially with her going through these health issues. Now, I'm looking for a second job, and dear God, if y'all want to pray for me to get that, please do. Please pray that some of these places I'm applying for call me. But I will ask for help if I need the help. We've got till Monday to pay the room. The one job should be paying everything. But it's not because of some new stuff that's come up. That's why I'm looking for the second job. So, about to talk myself out. Hey, Roadkill, how are you doing? Give us some good news, Roadkill. How you doing? Kit, I used to love when Angela saw paparazzi and everything, and they would send some pieces and they'd be tangled up. I used to love to sit there and figure out how to get it all untangled. We only lost one piece doing that. That's awesome, Roadkill. It's good news. Good news. Going in the right direction. Quartz Court. Quartz Court, can I ask you a question if you're still in here? That's something that she could do, but I've got to have the money to buy the the product first because you got to buy it, and then you sell it. And we're just not at that point. I guess Quartz is still in here. I guess she was just passing through. Swear that whoever it was looked just like Sarah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was hoping I could catch them in here, and I was going to ask them, hey, you better just call your mama Say. Looks just like her. And they used to call her Court.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Man. Maybe they'll pop back through, and I can ask them. Might not ever see them again.
That is the saltiest wrap I've ever had.
Give me a potato chip. Yo, I'm gonna mute y'all while I eat a potato chip. And I so considerate, I didn't want to crunch in y'all's ear. My biggest pet peeve about people doing lives is when they've got their TV on in the background. Oh, when I'm having to sit there and try to figure out what they're saying over their TV, I can't watch them. Exactly. And I'm like, I'm not going to, I wouldn't want somebody crunching a potato chip in my ear. So I tend to like to mute when I'm eating a potato chip. I don't eat on live that often, though. It's like, man, some people they get on their TV and you can't hear. Well, I ate 2 Pringles just then. I answer any questions people ask. They don't need a box to ask the question. You don't answer. You don't ask it rudely, and you get an answer. You don't need a box to ask the question. You can type it out. But guys, if anybody at all can help us out with anything going towards the stream, guys, I made that decision a long time not to let somebody join because we was on a random live, and God first. I'm needing help with our hotel room. If you want to help with anything going towards it, I have CA, PayPal, and Venmo. And if you ask since you asked that, you're probably going to be bombarded with people telling you all kinds of crap about me. But what was I saying before that? Oh yeah. Um. Anyway, the guy was like, "Hey man, let me box up." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, man, that'd be fun." Boxed up, and he just got on. And he was like, "Hey man, how you been doing tonight?" I said, "Man, I've been doing pretty good, man. How about yourself?" And then he just went on this rant, dropping racial slurs and sexist slurs, and I was still new to the box deal and didn't know how to get them off of it. And it got our lives suspended. I had to appeal it because I had some of the stuff he said on there. Like he said every forbidden word that you can say on TikTok. God first, I don't have them in my profile.
What we're battling a lot then, right? Happened.
Oh, it was before we started battling.
Oh, probably.
If you tell me which one you want, I can tag you in it. But yeah, that happened, and I was like, if I box you up, it's because I know you. And if you got a question you want to ask and have a debate, we can have it right here in the chats. I welcome all questions. Ask whatever you want to ask. Be respectful. And this is another one of my pet peeves. Coming on here and saying all due respect and then being a butt about it. Just by saying all due respect doesn't give you the right to say something bad. May I am working. We just got some other stuff that's come up that it's hurting the paychecks pretty bad, and that's why I'm looking for a second job. Yeah, say no offense, but then say something offensive. And let me clear something up too about Bishop. Bishop helped me one time. One time, the man helped me out of the kindness of his heart, and then he has been raked across the fiery coals since then. He's been bullied. His chat gets bullied. They're making pictures of him, all because he helped us pay the room. He didn't help from his church. He helped out of his pocket. The man does a lot of good. A lot of good. And he's being attacked now by trolls. And so, if that shows you what kind of people these are, attacking a man of the cloth. You don't get to say what you want to say over there with them casting. If you're in those boxes with them, or if you're here, or if you're in the chat with them, how does anybody know how many times he helped me? The good book says if the man does not work, he does not eat. Well, I work, so I guess I eat. But that is all I'm talking about, Bishop. We're not getting into that conversation. That is it. He helped the one time. He's not going to help anymore. I'd be surprised if he helped anybody, to be honest with you, by the way he's being treated. So, And who's to blame them? Like right now, if I decided I wanted to help, if I was scrolled through here and I seen somebody asking for help and I wanted to help them, I mean, there's other people too, not just him. There's other people they've made videos on. Jessie, my mod, they've made several videos of her. Happy, just somebody who comes in and chats. They made videos of her. Uh, you know, they make these videos of these people and they bully them into what they want them to do. Casting shade, you said it absolutely correct. They want to tear down anyone who associates. And they think that's the way to stop things, is to bully the people who are helping these people, and then they don't get any help. Bully the people who helped us, and then we don't get the help we need. And then they all celebrate when we're sleeping in the car again. So, and believe me, I'm grateful for where we're at right now. This time last year, we was sleeping in the car. This time last year, absolutely, I don't know, can I say that word? It let the air out of my sails this time last year because we spent our anniversary sleeping in the car. Anniversary's Monday. Last year we spent it sleeping in the car, eating a Subway sandwich, and we'd been in the car for about 3 weeks at that point. And we was in the car for about another 2 weeks before we got a room. GA girl, you don't get comfortable. You don't. It's you lean back as far as you can, you stretch your feet out as far as you can, and that's where you're at. I get that, May, but with this other that's come up, there's no possible way for me to even budget what I'm making. So that's one of the second job is, being looked for. Casting shade, I'll say this much. There's too many of these people doing awareness that are just doing it because they've seen somebody else with a lot of followers doing awareness. They're on here. They got on here. They was trying to make it as a creator. They couldn't. And they seen, oh, well, hey, this guy over here has got 30,000 followers. And he does awareness. That's all he does. That's what I want to do. So they start, they start. And the bishops in y'all's chat, come on in. And then they're hiding behind a fake name and don't say who they are. Where am I supposed to go? Makes a lot of sense. But what was I saying? I'm having to watch so many names because they're. But anyway, yeah, I know where I was saying now. They're doing it for their little bit of fame. There are so many people who are, hey, we're doing awareness now, and the only reason they're doing it is because they see other people with a bunch of followers, and they're doing these lives, and they're getting 10,000 likes, and there's a couple hundred people watching their lives, and they're awed by that, and that's what they wanted from the get go. And because I guarantee you, the ratio, I don't know it. I wish I did know it, but I guarantee the ratio of awareness pages compared to people asking for help is at least 5 to 1, if not 10 to 1. Apparently, Orange Cassidy just did something in All Elite Championship Wrestling. Before anybody says, "Oh, that was his money going off," no, that was All Elite Wrestling telling me that Orange Cassidy was casually walking to the ring. I don't know why I get those updates from AEW. I don't watch AEW. Well, when I'm having to watch and not, you know, because I don't have any mods active right now, so I'm having to watch everything myself. I see what they're telling me afterwards, like, hey, these people are 15, 20 times coming back into your life. They're coming in for a few minutes, leaving, and coming back 15, 20 times. I see what they're saying now when they're trying to let me know that. Because I just see somebody leave and come back every once in a while, you know.
Yeah.
But when I've been on for an hour and 44 minutes and these same few people keeps rotating in and out. Exactly, roadkill. There are some, that's how they do it. Yeah. It's and see, here's the thing that gets me casting shade is they just messaged you about how we are, but they're not realizing what you're about, right? So I went and looked at your page, and I didn't get to watch your videos, but you got some videos up about Just Stop and all them, you know. So it's it's crazy. It's crazy because you're bringing awareness against the ones who are horrible, but yet they sit here and they want to message you. They don't even know. They just seen somebody come in here and was nice to us, and went, "We got to stop that." Exactly, roadkill. That because some of them are making bank off of it. Let me tell you, top four ways, $1,200 to $1,800 a week. A week. casting shade, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that I agree with you. And I'm going to say that there's so many people out there who are awareness and they are cosplaying awareness that it gives that community a absolute horrible, horrible, horrible name. Because there are some of them that will go, we don't have the fact behind this. We're not sharing this story. But then there's some of them that can get a suggestion. And they will sit there and say, well, we don't have the facts on this yet. You don't have the facts on it yet. You shouldn't be speaking on it. It's that plain and simple. It is, hang on a second. Yeah, I knew that was getting through because I was not paying attention for a second because I was reading the text that got sent to me. I talk a lot. How are you feeling? I know you've been in the hospital and everything. I haven't had the time to check on you the last couple of days. Hey, Goldie, how are you doing? How is your husband doing? MJ, what do you mean? Are you saying you've heard the name Just Curious? Or you're curious about something? Well, we're going to continue praying that you get out of that hospital. They figure out what's going on with you. And you get out of that hospital and you start doing better. You probably need to get you some rest in, Cody. Yeah, I went and kind of scanned at them, but I haven't got a chance to look at them, GA. But I'm going to. Jesse, where have you been? Hey, Jesse. Y'all can say I get happy when Jesse comes in here, or however y'all want, but I'm truly happy to see her tonight because I'm pretty sure this is the busy time for Shelby, and Carrie's having some Wi-Fi issues right now and can't get a good enough connection to stay on. When she's on, she's doing a wonderful job. So this has been Jesse. I've been on for an hour and 51 minutes, and probably an hour and 15 minutes of it's been me trying to control everything. And it's a day where we're checking everything at the door. We're running IDs. I like that. We're running IDs. So I hope you can stick around for a little while. I know it's Saturday. You're probably getting ready to go see that boyfriend. I don't blame you. Find someone that makes you happy in life. You got to spend every minute you can with them. She's doing pretty good. She's over here
Hey.
just chilling in the cut, wishing, we had 2 rooms so she could watch TV while I was on live. better not have just came in and said hey and left. If she did, I'm going to send her a very stern message. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. I do appreciate my mods. I really do. My mods do a wonderful job. There's Shelby. I know Shelby's in and out at this time of night. I know it's a hard night, hard time for you. Hey, Tusk. Like I said, Carrie's having some Wi-Fi issues, so she might pop back up, be in for a few minutes, and then get cut back out. Tusk says, "Hey."
Hey.
And it was all because you came in here and was nice to us, right, AJ? Because I don't remember you sending us anything. You might have, but I don't remember it. I think you've only just come in here and been nice and sent words of encouragement and stuff. That's what I was thinking. Just come on here and you've just been nice, had a conversation with us, and get hammered. Yeah, it's just I don't get it. Like, why? Exactly, Morgan. That's what we was talking about earlier. If they ever find out someone sent help, they are on them, and we desperately need some help this week again. Until I find a second job, we're going to be in a tight, or until something comes up and it says like, "Hey, we don't need to go any further with this here," and we're not your paycheck isn't going to be depleted before you even get to look at it. Um, Georgia Peach, I had the hardest time reading that just then. Good Lord. We are needing some help with our hotel room. We've had some stuff come up in the last few weeks or last couple weeks that is virtually taking all of our paycheck. And it's leaving me right now where I don't have the money for the hotel. Got $45 of the $340 that I need for this week. So it's private, Les, and it was private the other night when you kept asking me what it was. And it's going to continue to be private until it's not private. When we know everything that's going on, everybody else will. So I would appreciate you if you would stop asking me when I say something's private, asking me what it is. I'll end that. If that's just so funny. There you go. It's like I answered the same question 15 times the other night too. I know we got some thunderstorms that are supposed to be coming through. Um, okay, Craig, how you doing, man? Glad you told me that because I never would have realized that was you. I can click on it and see your name though, but I never would have clicked on the hottie toddy. Uh, I don't know if they're. I don't know. I really need to check the weather. I really do because I don't know. I know they said something about some thunderstorms, but
Mm-hmm.
I think we were supposed to got them like 2 days ago.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Late Monday is supposed to get rough in western Kentucky. Usually when it's western Kentucky, it's north or it's western Tennessee, northwest Tennessee. You know, I'm so used to northwest because it's Dyersburg, but coming Monday, okay, on our anniversary.
Oh,
Yeah, God, I haven't watched baseball in forever.
I was hoping it'd be a nice day.
Potential tornadoes. 10 miles from the Tennessee state line. Okay, Morgan. You probably be closer to Union City and Martin, places like that. That's what I'm guessing. You could be in a bunch of different places, but that's what I'm guessing. If we don't have the room, we'll be in the car during all that. And it'll be our second anniversary that we'll spend in the car. So that's something that we're not looking forward to, especially in a new town. Been here for 2 months. I don't know where the first storm shelter would actually be. Forget I got mods in here now. Okay. Yeah, when you said about yeah, so I used to wrestle up around South Fulton, Kentucky, and in a little town called Water Valley, Kentucky. I wrestled there quite a bit back in the early 2000s. That was one of our little towns we went to. Hey Kelly, how are you doing? Awesome. The biggest jerk wrestler I ever met, Dusty Rhodes. Hands down. Dusty Rhodes was the worst. And I met some jerks. Jimmy Hart for me was one of the nicer guys.
You short thing.
Y'all bear with me. Okay, so apparently I can't say that about Dusty Rhodes because I just got a violation right after I said he was that for harassment and bullying.
Really?
I get harassment and bullying for saying that.
Wow.
AJ, AJ said Cody must be watching. Whew. It was looking back on the Cody Rhodes story and hearing him talk about it and everything. I understand why the man would be in a bad mood. Um, he came into the locker room. Um, the guy who was running the locker room. If you remember Men on a Mission, it was Sir Mo. He was running the locker room. He ran the show. Great guy. He was one of my mentors. He taught me a lot. I miss him greatly. Even though me and him didn't see eye to eye on everything. Yeah, Morgan, I'm sitting here promoting a cyberbullying picture, and I get a harassment and bullying restriction for telling the truth about somebody being ill. I don't know. Can I say that? But he got there. He was super late for the show. He was supposed to have done a meet and greet before the show. He didn't show up in time for it. He got there super late. Walks in the locker room. He tells Mo, I want my own place to dress. I don't want nobody to be allowed back there. Well, we're just in a big open area, so they've got to go and accommodate him somehow and block. They took these cubicle dividers and made a makeshift wall up close to the wall and set him over there in it. And he told Mo, he was like, Mo, you're the only one that comes back here. He didn't put on wrestling attire. He walked through the locker room door in a pair of dirty cowboy boots, a pair of Levi's, a plaid shirt, and a cowboy hat, and that's what he went to the ring in that night. Now, keep in mind, he is charging this promoter $3,000 to be there. So he comes back there, he's late, he missed the meet and greet that the promoter promised him he was going to be at. Intermission comes around. He's supposed to go out there for a 30-minute meet and greet during intermission. He goes out there for 5, comes back to the back. He goes and he's supposed to wrestle at night. He's supposed to wrestle for about 15, 20 minutes. He was out there for maybe 10. Came to the back, had an envelope handed to him with his money in it. And he grabbed the envelope and he looked at Mo and he was like, I'm out of here, man. My ticket in here. He had a plane ticket, was part of his, his money. So plane ticket, $3,000. He went and got in the car. The guy drove him to Memphis airport, dropped him off. The guy came back who was being paid to drive him that night. Said Dusty didn't say a single word to him the whole time. From being picked up at the hotel to being dropped off at the building to the ride from Dyersburg, Tennessee to Memphis, Tennessee airport, he didn't say a word. And I was just like, man, he was such right the opposite what I thought we was going to get with Dusty Rhodes. And then I watched Cody Rhodes' video years later. And Cody is telling the story about how Dusty pawned his Rolex because they was broke. And they just didn't have any money. And he pawned his Rolex, I think, so Cody could go to these acting classes or something or another, and they was broke. And Dusty started taking bookings on the independent level to start having income. And he didn't want to do it. And the time frame that Cody gave in that story was the time frame I got to wrestle with Dusty. So looking back on it, the man had to be depressed. His Hall of Fame Rolex was pawned, and he's out here doing these shows in arenas that are, hey Shelby, that are run down, no air conditioning, schools, school gyms, bingo halls. One of the best there ever was is reduced to that just to provide, So I kind of get why he was aggravated. That was a long-winded story. It kind of sidetracked me from everything going on. But I appealed that violation, restriction, but I don't guess I'm going to. But yeah, just because they needed a car. But yeah, that was the time frame that he did. He did that down there to us, and I remember I was supposed to run into the ring and because Dusty was working, he was wrestling Sir Mo at night, and he was supposed to hit Mo with a bionic elbow, and my partner was supposed to take off going into the ring first, grab Dusty, he gets hit with the bionic elbow, and my partner goes down, I come in, get hit with the bionic elbow. Um, and it was okay. So we're waiting for our time for it to happen, and the match is just over. And like he was like, well, y'all just I don't know why in this story Dusty Rhodes sounds like Hank Hill, but it's like y'all just blew the whole spot out there, because in the locker room he didn't talk like this, baby. He didn't talk down. He didn't talk the Dusty Rhodes talk, baby. He talked normal because the Dusty Rhodes was just a character. He talked just as normal as I was talking, as I'm talking right now, and except he was raising his voice and cussing us because we missed the bionic elbow. And I was happy. I was excited. I was like, man, listen, I'm fixing to be in the ring with Dusty Rhodes, you know. But it didn't get to happen that night because of that. Georgia Peach got the question marks. I don't know what you got the question marks for. Someone asked a wrestling question and I was answering it. The nicest guy that I ever been in the nicest wrestler. Oh, mm, that's a good one. Are we talking about like big names or just like people I might have ran? We're talking big names with this question because they wouldn't know some of the other guys I know. Oh, God bless the nicest. That's even a harder question. I never thought about it. The rudest I've always was like Dusty, but the nicest. Huh. You got me thinking on that one.
Road Dogg was really nice.
Yeah, he was. I got to go Ricky Morton.
Yeah.
Ricky Morton's always been super nice to me. Uh, hey, Connie, how are you doing? Road Dogg was really nice. Road Dogg liked me because I pulled a joke on Billy Gunn. Um, we was in the locker room and everything, and all the wrestlers was getting their picture taken, behind backstage with the New Age Outlaws, Road Dogg, Jesse James, and Billy Gunn, B.A. Billy Gunn, and I walked up to. I walked up to Billy Gunn and asked him for a picture by himself. And at the time, the movie The Wrestler just came out, and Mickey Rourke was just taking off again from that movie. And I walked up to Billy Gunn and I was like, "Hey, can I get a picture? Just you?" And he was kind of taken away. And he looks at Road Dogg and he goes, "You see that? A picture of just me." And I was like, "Yeah, man, it's not every day you meet Mickey Rourke." And he's sitting there. He's got his rubber bands because he's always been in great shape. He's sitting there. He's got his rubber bands, and he's just like, "What?" Slams his rubber bands down. Road Dogg starts laughing. A couple other guys start laughing, and as Road Dogg was like, "Ah, you come over here. You get dressed with us tonight." And that's what I miss about wrestling, guys. And I love when you guys ask me questions about it because it takes me back. It takes me back to a time that I was happy. I was enjoying life. Amber, listen, that's something I don't want to do a podcast, but I kind of want to do a wrestling show on here at one point. And talk about it. And I want to go dig out the old pictures that I've got with these people, so it gives me the credibility of, hey, when he says he was in the ring with Jerry Lawler, he's got the picture. When he says that he was, and listen, I was a big guy when this happened, and I tell you, these guys on TV are so strong. There's a picture of me somewhere roaming around, probably at your mama's house in storage, or your aunt and uncle. So they had the show then of Rikishi giving me the Samoan drop. I'm on his shoulders, and he's giving me the big Samoan drop.
Oh yeah, that's probably it.
I've got pictures of me and the guy who wrestled as Eugene. We've done a lot of stuff together. I don't know. I could probably get Eugene because me and him stayed in contact all these years. The rest of them want big dollars to come on and do shows like that. If you see a professional wrestler of the big calibers on lives, on a chat, on a podcast, they're getting a paycheck. So that would be something that I would love to do, and just share stories and bring some of the other guys on that I know, and which the guy who played Eugene, he's really not autistic. They made him out that way for TV. I've always thought it was one of more of the tasteless gimmicks done in professional wrestling. How old was I when I started wrestling? I was 16 years old. I started wrestling November 3rd, 1995. That was my 16th birthday. I did my first show in the Newbern National Guard Armory. And then in February of 1996, wrestling changed my life. That first time I was hooked. My dad wrestled. And I was following his footsteps. And I grew up around wrestling. I loved it. So wrestling changed my life. I was just, wow, it's great. It's great. And then February the 22nd, 1996, a buddy of mine called me and told me this was the second game changer in my life. My buddy called me and he said, hey, I'm just going to call this girl on three-way that you need to meet. And that was the first phone call that me and Angela ever had together on the phone. He put us on three ways and he just kind of hung up. And we talked for like 2.5, 3 hours on the phone. And yeah, that's what somebody else was telling me the other night. That was like, we can hear your passion in wrestling when you talk about it, because there was like your whole demeanor changes. But yeah, that was the two biggest things that's been in my life, is wrestling and Angela, and meeting her, and I did them all with very close to each other. So this past February, we've been together for 30 years. This past November, I've been in the wrestling business for 30 years. I still love it. I do. I love it. But I love talking about it. I don't think there's any way my body would ever allow me to get back in the ring. Um, I just don't think it would. I would love to go back and do one more match. Um, and see, and I'm gonna say this right here. Talking about wrestling makes me happy. Thank you, AJ, for asking that. It gives me, it takes me away from everything that's going on. But when I'm in the process of truly being happy and just reminiscing about it, someone tries to come on here and just piss all over your happiness. I don't understand people. Like, does it hurt y'all to see someone happy for 5 minutes online? That y'all just got to come on here and be like, we can't let this person be happy. Start the trolls. Penelope, doing pretty good. We're in a tight. It seems that's going to be the story of my. It's ever the story of my book's ever going to be. It is what it is, or we're in a tight. I don't know which one it's going to be. But we're needing any help we can get towards the room, guys. Swift, I was both. I was a good guy and a bad guy. I enjoyed being the bad guy more. I'm boring. Okay, well, we'll solve that problem for you. I do, Georgia Peach. I do, and I'm looking for a second job right now. So if I'm boring the elf out of you, then you could always leave. You don't have to sit around and watch me. Who's the strongest I ever wrestled? Oh God, that's got to be Eugene. No, no, I take that back. I didn't get to wrestle him. I just got to get chokeslammed by him one time, and it was Sid.
Mm-hmm.
It's a toss up. Sid had me up there and was safe. I'll tell you a funny story. Um, Viscera. I was wrestling at a show. Mo was in charge of the show, so he brought in Viscera, and she Amber she did go on the road with me quite a bit. She
Mm-hmm.
got to enjoy a lot of that lifestyle too. And it was some crazy lifestyle, but a Stark Industry, okay, Stark Industries. I could not read that to save my life just then.
My idea, if I didn't go to a wrestling show with you, you thought the whole world was coming to an end if I didn't show up.
Well, I wanted you to be there, but anyway,
No, just you.
um, we was in the ring, and me and Mo was tagging at the time, and Viscera came in, and it was going to be Viscera and a guy named Alan Steele, and it was going to be against me and Mo. And the ending was that's what's supposed to have happened. Well, the night came up. Alan couldn't make it. Had some car problems. It turned into a singles match. It was going to be me and Viscera. Uh, and I'm talking Viscera makes me look like a small guy at this time. He's God, 6'8", 6'9", about 600 pounds. When he was doing the solid black leather outfit, he was doing the Ministry of Darkness. He just gotten fired from WWE, so he was taking independent bookings. Um, I'm coming in the ring at about a solid 320 at the time. Mo's in there at about 350, but what was supposed to have happened was Visser was going to catch me both hands around the throat, take me up in the air for his finishing move, which was a set out power bomb, but he gave it by the throat. Called it the redemption bomb. Well, as I go up in the air, Mo's supposed to be there for the spot and chop block Viscera. I wish they could see me because I'm reliving this with my left arm is giving it's the left arm is going like crazy. So he's supposed to chop block him. Viscera's supposed to drop me, and me and Mo are supposed to just beat the. We're supposed to put the boots to him. I can't say that. We're supposed to do the wrestling thing where we're on him, and then here comes the other big good guy, and then he runs us off. And then the next week we come back with that tag match. Well, we go for the spot. Viscera grabs me in my throat. Up in the air I go. Again, 6'8", 6'9". He's got me extended above his head, and he's holding me because Mo's not there to chop block him. And next thing I hear is in that super deep voice Nelson had, he goes, "Gotta go down, kid." And I was like, "All right, boss. Here's Mo." Because I could see behind Viscera, but he couldn't. So he starts to go forward to get me safely out of the air and safely into the move, which still hurts because I'm a 300-pound guy falling from 7 foot in the air. It hurts. Well, Mo runs into the ring, and instead of chop blocking him, he jumps up and gives him a big spinning wheel kick, kicks Viscera hard as all get out in the back. He loses his balance and falls forward as he's dropping me and lands on me. And I say lands on me because there wasn't the, you see the splashes in wrestling where they jump their hands and knees go down first. No, this was, his hands was still around my neck. He got knocked down and he's on top of me. And that big old deep voice, he goes, "I flagged you, kid." And in my voice, I went, "Yeah." Because all the wind was gone. And Mo rolls him off the top of me, and Mo's like, "Come on, Tim, let's get him." And I'm just like, that hurt. Like I thought every rib was broken. I thought it was it. I was like, this 600-pound man just fell on me. Is what true, Connie? That story, that's 100% true. Oh yeah, every bit. There's guys who make a lot of money being a really good guy. I mean, you look at John Cena, who made millions and millions and millions of dollars from being the good guy. And then there's guys who are the bad. You look at the Iron Sheik, who made a career off of being a bad guy. You know, I made a lot of money back in them days being the bad guy. Exactly. Brock Lesnar is the richest bad guy around. Hey, Steelers girl. I'm seeing the Scuba asked me a question that I'm having such a hard time answering. I know I need to go back to everything, but this is really doing me some good mentally wise. And I think you see that. Scuba asked me the question. So the matches are scripted then?
Well,
The matches are. When I tell people about wrestling, I say wrestling is 80%, um, 80% real. I wouldn't say all of them scripted, um, but we went out there. We knew who was supposed to win the match, and a lot of times we're going out there. We know who's supposed to win the match, and we know how the match is going to start. It's our job in the ring to fill everything out in the middle. Once you get up to the WWE and stuff, they know move for move that they're going to do their whole match. It's getting better now to where they're letting guys play off the crowd. That was always my Um, that was always my favorite thing to do is play off the crowd, because if the crowd is really booing me because I did this one thing to the guy they like, well, let's amplify it and do it again. Then my job was to go out there and make the people hate me as much as they could and to love the guy that I'm wrestling. That way, they bought a ticket to come back to watch him finally win. And it was, when it was done right, it was magical. Crazy Train. When he finally pinned me after a year of couldn't beat me, you couldn't hear the announcers announce that he won the match in the building. It was so loud.
No.
It is painful. 80% real, remember? It was painful. That's why my hip's bad. That's why my knee's bad. My hip's actually like a little bit over an inch scooted in. My right hip is. One of the moves that I took pride in was an elbow drop, and I'm paying for that. I met Hogan briefly, but it wasn't even at a wrestling show. It was insane. Did I ever break anything? I broke 9 fingers, broken ankle, broken ribs. I cracked my sternum. I've torn ligaments. It's just, yeah, my share. Concussions. Good Lord, concussions. So, I met Hulk Hogan at the Dyersburg Airport. Yeah, most definitely, Connie. I feel everything now. Like my walk is something stupid because of all the years of wrestling. But I met Hulk Hogan at the Dyersburg Airport. I was working at the airport, and a smaller private jet landed, and they was like, "Hey, go out there with the caddy here and caddy them up to the fuel, because the fuel truck's down." And so I went out there and hooked it up, pulled them up, and the captain of the plane said, "Hey, man, we've got 2 girls that's wanting to get off here and take some pictures. They've never seen, uh, they've never seen like this kind of scenery here. They're from down south, down on the beach and stuff, and Twisted Kitty, what are you talking about? OMG, stop!" And they got out, and I'm sitting there, and I'm putting the fuel hose back up on the thing, and I hear the voice going, "Come on, girls, it's time to go." And I was just like, I don't know that voice. And I turned around just in time to see Hulk Hogan turn back around and walk into the airplane. Where they was flying from, they needed to stop and get fuel to make it the rest of the way to the trip. And they stopped in Dyersburg because it was a smaller area. And he was like, easy to stop in, easy to get back out. But I didn't get to talk to him. I didn't get to take a picture with him. I didn't get to say anything to him. But I got to see him do that. And the girls got back in the plane. And we caddied them back out to the runway. And they took off and went their own way. So, yeah. I only broke one ankle. I broke a wrist. Uh, I've hurt my neck. I've been dropped on my head so many times, guys. It's Hey, Miss Hanners, how are you doing? Yeah, there was a lot of times where Angela was scared to watch me wrestle, and she got so mad at me at one time. Um, I was wrestling for a company, and I was a good guy, and I was actually pretty well liked. And you know what? I got to eat at some point tonight. Um, but I was pretty well liked, and I go in and I'm like, "Hey guys, I need to take some time away from this show 4, maybe 5 weeks because this is a big promising thing over here that might take off. You know, can we make this happen?" Gave them plenty of time. They was like, yeah, we can. Uh, hey, Connie, we can make this happen. Sure. How do you want to do it? And I had a way in my head that I wanted to do it. I wanted to do where the thing where like everybody, if you remember, where Shawn Michaels was on TV and he passed out from the concussion. I wanted to do that. So the week before, I had taken a pretty gnarly headshot with the chair, and I was like, we can play off that. So we're wrestling the match and everything, and I'm acting like I'm about to pass out. And then finally, I just collapse in the ring. And the guy I'm wrestling stops. The referee stops. They do the whole thing like, oh, my, we got to get him some help. We got to get some help. The promoter comes out. Other wrestlers come out. And one of the guys, unbeknownst to me that he was going to do this, he decided to do this on his own. He's like, we got to get all the fans out of the building. And he knew what was going on. But he was like, we got to get all the fans out of the building. And he thought that if they made it look like they was panicking to get the fans out, that would make it look even more real. And he was correct. Got the fans out, and I'm laying in the ring, and Angela's at the side of the ring, and she is in absolute tears. And that's when it hits me. I went, holy crap. I forgot to tell Angela this was happening tonight. And so all the fans get out of the building. They lock the door. No, we can settle that for you, Georgia Peach. Come in on another backup. We can bore you again. Lock the door. And the guy goes, all right, there's no more fans in the building. And I just was like, oh, okay. And I pop up and I look over at Angela and she's just like, sorry. So, and I was just like, I forgot to tell her we was doing it. And then when it went as far as making the fans leave, it definitely pushed it to a different level with her. Excuse me. Steelers girl, what was his wrestling name again? You told me one time and I've forgotten. But that's how I kind of realized I hadn't ate. They got me talking about wrestling. Let me throw this out there real quick and I'll talk some more about wrestling. Then I got to eat at some point. Good cucumber would be good. If anybody can help us with anything at all, guys, we are needing help with the room. If anybody can help us with anything, it would be appreciated. Anything at all helps. We're still short by a lot. $2.95 is what we're short on. If anybody can help with anything, I'll dance at your wedding. What move did I dread taking? Suplexes. Vertical suplex. Hated them. German belly to belly, anything like that, didn't mind. Vertical, hated it. What you doing, love butt? Make you a cup of coffee? No, the belly to belly would have been fine with. Belly to back, fine with. Exploder, German, all of those doesn't bother me. It's the one like Davy Boy Smith used to do back in the day, where like they hold your head and your arms around their head and they hold you straight up in the air and then drop you back. Hated that one. Um, oh yeah, Tuss. She can drink a cup of coffee, go straight to bed. It's just amazes me. I drink a cup of coffee, I'll be up till 7 in the morning. She drinks this cup of coffee this late, she might be asleep before she's finished. The 45 would help. We're actually 295 short. 45 would help, and I would break dance at your wedding. Even though I kind of feel like that's a troll account, but anyway, we're the same. We all know I got them smooth moves. Last night we needed some help with groceries, and that's what last night's money went to, Bill. What you sent me last night went to buy some groceries. This 45 that I've got was what had left out of my check today when it went through and processed and this bill came out. I had 45 left as of today. Yesterday when I was on here asking for help for some groceries, I didn't know how much I didn't know if I was going to get anything back when that bill processed. So, hey Heather, but I did not have the 45 left until earlier today. It was sometime this afternoon when it came through and everything. That's what I had left, and I'm trying to get help with the room now. What I was asking for last night went 100% towards food. So I really do hope that clears that up. I've got some things going on right now that's draining my paycheck before I even got it. That's why I'm looking for a second job also. So I went through, that's what I had left. I was hoping I'd have more, but I was really expecting not to have nothing. That good? About out of coffee anyway.
Yeah, that's why I'm drinking pumpkin spice. It was over there in the drawer, but over there, my little holder, they put two left. And it's the dark chocolate and a cherry one. That's what's left over there.
Bill, I hope that cleared that up, man. I appreciated your help last night. I did. I'll tell you, every bit of that went towards groceries. I'm going to spend 18 more minutes on here. Then I'm getting off for the night. Don't lose your streak. I don't know what streak I'm losing. If he does, he can tell me that. Then we'll figure. No, Daryl McCord. I like that one. It's fake name, fake pick. I didn't get it under false pretense. You know, because it went for exactly what it was supposed to go for. What? Turn the chat around real fast. Donna, it's just another situation. I think that's the story of my life. Oh, if Bill wants that $15 back, he can tell me he wants it back. So he can DM me. He can message me on Facebook because we've talked on there. We're Facebook friends. If he feels like it was done that way, he can talk to me, and we can fix the problem. I mean, that's the adult way to handle something. If there's an issue, you can come to me. We can talk about it, and we can squash it. We can fix it. I mean, isn't that the way to take care of problems? I think it is.
Unless you're not gonna talk about anything, he's already over there.
She had her. She did some kind of little turkey wrap thing and some potato chips, and I'm going to do a sandwich and some potato chips. Probably not even potato chips. I'm not in a potato chip type of mood. So, well, it's not exactly what I need, but that's what I could afford. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd be eating, a little bit of chicken breast, maybe some rice to go with it, uh, light salad on the side, and drinking some water, or some eggs and tuna. I really love eggs and tuna. But, went to the grocery store for $40, and that's You get what you can get to make it go for as long as you can go. A good spaghetti would be awesome. And it is the thing about spaghetti is when you make it, you're eating it for 3 or 4 meals. So it's like chili. You'll eat chili forever. Guys, if anybody would be willing to help us out, and Bill, if you're hearing this, man, if it's a problem, please message me. I don't know if you have or not. Uh, I thought, we've been becoming friends on here and everything. We're friends on Facebook. If it's an issue, let's talk about this between me and you, and not bring awareness right into the middle of it, like everybody seems to do as soon as there's a problem. Can't eat the spaghetti noodles. Spaghetti's with penne is good too. I don't care what noodles are in my spaghetti. It could be macaroni. The way Angela makes her meat up and everything. I tell you, my favorite thing she makes like that is goulash. Donna, if you're still on here, I'm sorry. You said you not to talk about food because you can't have anything right now. I'm trying to scroll back to see something. Bear with me. Connie, not Donna. Connie, why are you back in the hospital for? I seen that, and Hungarian goulash. What's the difference between Hungarian goulash and regular goulash? Her goulash is the hamburger meat, seasonings, corn, tomato juice, and macaroni noodles. What's different besides the spicy V8 juice? Which that would have been good back when we could both handle spicy stuff. Oh man, Swift, you never had goulash? You should definitely try it. I'm gonna have to look up what's the difference between Hungarian and put fresh okra in yours.
I've heard of that.
But y'all, we're not being fair to Connie. Connie is in the hospital with Crohn's again. We're going to say some prayers for Connie. I want everybody to keep her in your prayers and everything tonight as you're going to bed and tomorrow when you get going. But she's sitting there and not being able to eat. We're sitting here talking about some great food. She got PTSD from goulash from lockup. I can imagine because I remember when I worked at the prison way back in the day. That was at least um, a 5 meal a week type thing. Might be lunch one day, might be supper the next day. One good thing about now, you know what? We're just gonna say there's one good thing about goulash. You eat it for at least 3 more meals. Yeah, that is good. What did was it Crohn's disease that Shay passed away from?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking. She was hard headed with hers.
Yeah.
She wouldn't go to the doctor, wouldn't take the meds for it. End up in the hospital. They treat her. She get out feeling better, then go right back to not taking meds, and you know. But that's about how it rolls. Yeah. Amen, teaspoon. Amen. That diverticulitis is something that's wild too. Mm. I've heard that from a few people saying that it's pretty rough. I was going to say it was the early '60s. They definitely got better medicine for it now. But I see your correction on there. That's crazy. Well, we're gonna pray for you and keep you in our thoughts and prayers and everything. Does Juju ever bark when someone knocks on the door? If somebody were to come up to the other side of the door, outside of it and knock on it,
Mm-hmm.
she'd go to town.
She's pretty quiet for the most part.
So she is not allowed for a baby at all. You gotta watch her because she won't even bark unless you know she needs out. She'll just go over to the crack of the door and stick her nose in it and sniff it. Oh, that's cool, Connie. We're letting Connie's daughter bring her dog up to see her tomorrow.
Oh, that's nice.
Angela ate. I haven't ate yet. I'm about to get out here in just a few minutes and eat. 4 minutes because my OCD says I can't. I'll stop at the 3 hour mark. Um, I can't stop before that for some reason. In my head, I have to finish it, and then I'm gonna eat me a sandwich and deal with this storm that's about to come. Won't be back on tonight. Probably not. It's getting kind of late. Usually when it gets super late, the what I like to call the super trolls come out, and when they come out, it is if I don't have my mods in here, it is rough. And when it's that late, the mods are usually doing their own things. Yeah, I gotta have my even numbers on the TV. It's like we can't watch the TV volume on 21. It's got to be 20 or 22. And if it's 23, is 22 is not loud enough, but 23 is just right. Well, we got to see what 24 says. So But guys, if anybody in here, one last plea of help tonight, I will be back on tomorrow. Try to finish up getting the help on the room, guys, because we definitely need it. Any help going towards the room would be appreciated. Like I said, when I get off here, I'm preparing myself for a storm of. That's why I said a while ago, we can talk with each other man to man. Don't run straight to awareness, but it's already happened. And the plan is already to get a refund through PayPal, because that's where they sent. Get the refund through PayPal, then report me as a fraud, so they shut my PayPal down.
That is sad. That is so sad.
So, hey, Janae, I'm pronouncing how that looks in my head, but yeah, that's the game plan.
How do you help somebody and then turn around and run straight to awareness?
Well,
wanting your money back.
Because I got 40 last night. He helped with 15.
Yeah.
For groceries, because I didn't know anything. I didn't know if anything was going to be left after today, after everything processed and went through. That 40 went for groceries. The receipts around here somewhere. Like,
and instead of being a man,
38 and some change. From tonight. Oh yeah, for the guy from last night, that's supposed to be what's going on. Because then I said I got 45 left, and he just won't know what happened in that. Well, it went exactly where I said it was going to. It went towards your groceries.
So now this is more crap we got to deal with.
And instead of dealing with it with me, man to man, talking to me about it, they've already been in the awareness chat, talking about how they're going to refund it, and then report me for being fraud so they can get my PayPal shut down. So let's go deal with that, guys. Guys, I'm getting off here. Thank everybody who's double tapped. Thank everybody who's helped. And we'll figure this out one way or another, guys, I guess, So thank you, everybody that helped. And hopefully tomorrow when we get on, we've got a good report. So, but anyway, y'all keep Connie in your thoughts and prayers, and let's just lift everybody up with thoughts and prayers. Go over to the page, look at the pinned picture, guys. Look at the pinned picture and share that out. Let's stop and start, or let's start standing up. We're not going to stop it immediately, but we can immediately stand up against cyberbullying. So, thank you guys, and we'll catch you guys down the road.